There is nothing to reconcile. So life can seem really confusing, and life seems to be a continuation of moments, next, and there always seems to be something to figure out. There always seems to be a problem to solve. Well, the reason why it appears that way is because of how we identify with our thinking. And thinking is rather abstract. Thinking doesn't have to be in any way truthful. Language, which is the way we think, is also able to be untruthful. Language can lie, and language is constructed of words, and words are just made up. They're symbols. We can make up all kinds of symbols, and we could use them to symbolize things, but as soon as we do, we're abstracting that thing. And because we make up words, which makes up language, which creates thinking, or is what thinking is constructed out of, then we can come up with all sorts of abstract meanings that are really just arbitrary. And when we think, we also create the concept of the thinker, which is an identity that is constructed of thought. But that's also arbitrary and an abstraction. Really, there's no self or thinker to be found other than within thought. And thought refers to thought when we are thinking about the thinker. So when we're thinking, we think we're the thinker, and we think thoughts, and all of these thoughts are symbolizing what this is. We're removing ourselves, which ourself is just a abstraction, make the thought. We're living in this world of thought, and we're separating ourselves from what's true, because what's true is just here and doesn't need to be thought about. And when we do this, we start to create sometimes paradoxes, inconsistencies in our logic, which is constructed of our thought, which is constructed of language, which is constructed of words, which are all made up. And then problems arise because there seems to be contradictions in our thinking, which we feel like we must reconcile. But these contradictions and paradoxes are a sign, or a they're an artifact of thinking and taking thought as reality, or ultimately true. So when we make up something and it's made up, and we arbitrarily assign these made up things to that which is really the truth, and is something that really can't be understood, then we have these false understandings. And this is like a sort of like a matrix of thoughts and ideas that we project and overlay on top of the mysterious this. And then once we do that, we don't really get confused about this. We don't need to reconcile anything about this. What we need to reconcile is the contradictions within our own thinking, which is basically arbitrary and abstract. It's the thinking which is not this by nature, because it's symbolic, that causes the contradictions. but all of the thinking from the beginning, from the get-go, was faulty. Thinking is faulty, um, intrinsically, because thinking is basically, to even have a thought, you have to have a jumping off point of something means something, and that's just a jumping off point that's arbitrary, and nothing really means anything intrinsically. Everything just is, and the meaning only appears to exist relative to our idea of ourselves, or the self thought. So all meaning is relative to other made up thoughts and ideas. So you have one random arbitrary thought and idea, which is like the jumping off point. And then from there, it just kind of sort of branches out into all other symbols that are relative to that first arbitrary symbol. So there's nothing to reconcile. And if you try to reconcile things, you're just like going deeper and deeper into thought. You're going further, you're in the wrong direction of truth. You're going away from this and deeper into conceptualization. So, yeah, if you feel like you're just like constantly trying to figure everything out, and you're also trying to seek, there's a lot of contemplation that can be done on the path, and I'm not saying that that's useless at all. I did a lot of contemplation, but inevitably in the end, that contemplation will not get you there, because you're going deeper and deeper into conceptualization, which is in the opposite direction of what is here and now. So if you like this video, then please hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe. If you have anything you want to say, then please comment down below. If you know anybody who might like this, then please share it. And if you want to get a notification whenever I drop new content, then hit that little bell button. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.